Hey everyone, welcome to episode 10 of our Mario 64 Let's Play. I'm your host and man behind the sticks, Matthew Paxton, the multimedia manager here at PNM and PureNintendo.com. I am joined by two people today. I am joined by Justin Sharp.
Hey everyone.
And Alex Stramke.
Hey, you got my last name right.
Woo!
How's it going, everybody?
I'm doing great now because I got Alex's last name right. And we're going to jump into Star 102. And, it hasn't been a while for you guys, but it's been a while for us. I'm beginning to think we're cursed or something like that. This is actually
our project. I'll go for it.
This is our third take of these last few episodes. Our third take.
Man.
Tristan was there for the very end, where we thought we had it, and then the files got corrupted, and I got sad.
Oh, man.
Oh. So Mario 64 has been a project then, huh?
Yes, it has.
Mm-hmm.
I thought we were going to knock this out quick, and that just was not in the cards. Because we started in December, it's March.
Oh, it's not that bad.
Yeah, it's December somewhere, right?
It's December somewhere. I don't think it's December anywhere.
Well,
maybe on like a Venus or a moon of Saturn or something.
Seems legit to me.
Yeah.
I guess so. And now, because it's been so many months, I don't know what we have talked about or what we have not talked about. So,
me either, so that's good.
Yeah.
Readers, that's what's going on. Please understand.
Yeah. Did we talk about the voice of Mario?
Charles Martinet?
Yeah.
Yeah, we did. I believe we did it in episode 2. We talked a little bit about Martinet.
Okay.
But we can talk about Martinet some more. He's such a cool guy.
Yeah, he is pretty fun.
We should get him on a show.
Yeah. He was a real fun guy in real life. Like, he's a fun, down-to-earth guy.
He seems like he would enjoy doing, like, the voice for you. Like, if you just asked him to, like, do the voice, man.
Yeah. He loves it. What's weird is when he keeps talking like a regular person as Mario's voice, because you start hearing things that Mario normally would say.
You're talking about
like hearing like how's it going, or stuff like normal stuff that people say in Mario's voice is kind of weird. You're like, oh, good, Mario.
So you're thinking
it's time for lunch.
Yeah, but it's pretty fun. I actually remember one of the E3s. I don't know if you guys remember this, but they basically locked Charles Martinet into like a box, and he just did the Mario voice the whole time during in Nintendo's booth.
Oh, they had to like go over the overhead, right?
Yeah.
The system.
Yeah, and like you could go up to like some screen and you could talk to him or something, and he would like respond to you, and like answer your questions. So you went into a microphone and like ask him stuff, and it was kind of like you're basically just hearing this one-sided conversation. Though you just kept hearing Mario replying to these questions that you never heard, but.
That was the E3 that I got to go to. I think that was 2013.
Okay. I thought it may have been one of the ones you guys got to go.
Yeah.
I thought that was weird.
I got a question for you guys. You may have already covered this topic, so you'll have to forgive me. Please understand. But do you have any special memories associated with this game?
Oh my goodness!
So many.
Yeah.
I don't know where to start. I mean, besides the fact that this game blew my mind.
Yeah.
Well, I've got two really good memories. The first one would have to be it was Mario 64 was the first N64 game that I ever saw. First time I actually saw an N64. Hadn't seen PlayStation, and I was playing my Game Boy one day, and my friend came over. He's like, "Dude, you have to come over." We just went to Blockbuster, and we rented a Nintendo 64. And like, I flipped out, turned off the Game Boy without saving, and we just made a beeline to his house. And we started playing Mario 64, and we probably spent an hour like outside the castle, just like looking around. I'm like, holy crap, it's in 3D. This is so cool. It's like we can see what Mario sees. Oh man. And that was the first time I saw 3D gaming. I was like, this is the future.
I think I
And
remember
the
the
fact
first
that
time.
he rented a system from Blockbuster makes me feel kind of old because you can't really do that now anymore.
Yeah.
I remember doing that, but I rented a Super Nintendo with Earthbound, and then I also rented a Bomberman Super Nintendo. They had like the 8-player adapter or whatever, or 4-player adapter. That was the only time I think I rented a system. Otherwise, it was like Terry Genesis sometimes. Come on, you. Ugh.
See, I feel like I missed out because I didn't get in on the Earthbound bandwagon until much later.
I don't think I understood the Earthbound bandwagon until much later. Like, I didn't understand what I had. I thought I just had some weird turn-based thing. I don't think I even knew it was an RPG, or what an RPG was.
I don't know, it's just one of those things where I've played all of them in the series, and I love them absolutely to death, but I wonder if I would have loved them as much when I was younger.
I can tell you, I had no patience for that. It was Mario RPG or bust.
There we go.
Well, I have some really good memories about Mario 64. I think we actually got one. We were, I guess, pretty privileged. We got one right around launch of the system. And I don't know actually how much they were at launch. Were they 200 or 250 or?
I have no idea.
I think it was 200, and then they dropped it down to 150 later on.
Okay, that's what I thought. I thought it launched because I think the GameCube launched at 200 as well, and the Wii, the Wii was kind of the first one that launched at a higher price.
Yeah.
And then the Wii U continued that trend. Yeah, it says 200. Yeah. But yeah, they were really scarce when they came out. And I remember I was in Walmart with one of my older brothers, Jeremy, and my mom. And we actually saw this guy with a cart, like kind of like a restocking cart. And it had like 2 N64 boxes on it. And we were like, oh, this is amazing. At first we were like excited, but we're like, well, maybe those are just like display boxes. Those aren't the actual, they don't have the systems in it. Because sometimes they'll have like display cases or, promo displays or whatever. Anyway, so we went up to the guy and we're like, hey, are those 64s, available to buy or are they the systems? He's like, yeah, we just got them in. I was just, wheeling them out there. And my mom was there, and my mom was like, I'll buy both of them right now if you let us get up here. And so my mom ended up buying both of them. And
did she sell the other one on eBay for $500?
No, she didn't scalp it. She gave it to my uncle, who gave it to my cousin for Christmas. So.
Oh.
Yeah, got it.
Because apparently he had been looking for one too, and hadn't been able to find one, and she knew it was a hot commodity, so she had the good foresight to get both of them. So on Christmas Day, we didn't get to play it before then. We had to. She's like, all right, well, I'm getting this.
So you gotta wait.
You know what your present is, but you can't play it until Christmas.
Oh, it's the wait that kills you.
Yeah.
I think I got the Nintendo 64 in the summertime.
Yeah.
I'm not sure of that, but I can definitely tell you that all my early memories of Mario 64 are associated with summertime.
Yeah. I actually remember the strategy guide for Mario 64. I still have it. I actually bought it before we even got the 64. Like before I even knew we were going to get it. I was in the store and I was like, oh, this looks amazing. I just want to buy the guide.
So you were ready for it.
Oh, yeah.
Strategies and everything.
Yeah. I didn't usually I think it was like the first strategy guide I ever bought. But like just the graphics and everything, like the cover looked so cool. And I was just like, this is amazing. I just have to have it.
I've got the, I think, unofficial player's guide to Mario 64.
Okay.
So
I think the one I have is maybe a Nintendo Power one.
Oh, get out of here. Get out of here.
Oh, no, not the bomb.
Yeah, he almost pushed me off a cliff.
I would have to say, the 8 red coins mission you did earlier was one of like my least favorite stars in this game. Like this one here.
The 100 coin one is my least favorite because if you don't get the 100 coins, then you're not gonna get or if you don't get the 8 or the blue coin box, then you're not getting 100
you're
coins
done.
in this level.
Those wall jumps are really hard too.
Yeah.
So yeah, I agree with you there. That's probably the worst star in the game.
This is the worst level in the game.
It's fun.
Oh, okay. I don't know. Between this one, the Castle Secret Star that we gotta go to next, or TikTok Clock.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan of TikTok Clock either. It's too hard. But I was a little kid, it was too hard. Oh, you're looking for the strategy guide, Justin?
Yeah, I couldn't find him. I'll have to do some more digging. So.
Yeah.
Okay. Get up
So
there.
I guess my other memory with this game would have to be beating the final Bowser for the first time. And nobody on like my block believed me. I lived in a cul-de-sac neighborhood. So I guess for anybody who doesn't know what a cul-de-sac is, if you looked at the street from like really high up on Google Maps or something,
Out of here.
it would look like a thermometer. It was like a big, that shape. So all of our neighbors, we were all really close. And so I was telling everyone, I was like, yeah, I beat Mario 64, I beat the final Bowser. And nobody believed me because everyone else was still working on it. So I was like, all right, then, come on, we're going to my room. We're going to boot this bad boy up and I'm going to beat it for you. And we packed my room with all like the neighborhood kids. And it took me a while. And I almost died. It was really close, but I beat him again. And it was a pretty epic moment for young Alex.
Nice. That was a pretty tough battle. Like, once the pieces fall and you just have the star left, like it was hard to aim. If they were like in the center of the star. If you could get them like towards the edge, it was a little easier, but it got pretty tough.
Sometimes that camera just doesn't want to cooperate with you too.
Sometimes, like most of the time.
Yeah.
I'm really glad that Nintendo has refined their camera techniques.
Yeah. I mean, like for what it was, like one of the first, like,
Like the first.
Yeah, was it? I mean, PlayStation 1 had some platformers, and the Atari Jaguar did 3D stuff, but it just did it very, very poorly. It never had as advanced of a camera system or platforming as Mario 64, but it was pretty amazing. They did a lot right for,
True. When I think of platforming on the PlayStation, though, I think of like the Crash Bandicoot games. And even with those games, you had like a fixed camera, so Mario 64 was, pretty ambitious, even when, other titles came around.
No, get down to
Because it felt so open.
Yeah, I really like how they improved it, like the targeting system, like in Ocarina of Time. Really up to the ante there.
Holy crap. Let's see. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Oh, no,
This level's bringing back so many memories.
I'm trying to think. Oh, God.
No.
I think
Very cool.
most of my Mario 64 memories have been usurped by like recent stuff with Mario 64. The only reason I think I chose this game, or even knew that I could beat this in a short amount of time, was I was watching somebody else do like a live stream, and they were playing like a bunch of Mario games, and they were playing Mario 64. It was like their first time playing it, and since they were gonna do it to 120 stars, I went ahead just for fun to see if I could, beat them in like this faux unofficial race, in which he had like a 3-hour head start or something.
Oh, man.
And then
Yeah.
I decided to go from 0 to 120, and I beat him by like 4 hours. And I think it took me like 7.5 hours the first time. I was like, wow, I can do this really fast.
Matt, you're a beast at Mario 64.
Yes, I
Yeah.
Well, I feel better now that you've gotten the 100 coins.
So do I.
So I don't have to crunch as much.
That's a bad one. Do you already have the star, Matt, where you're in that hat wing level?
No, that's on the other side. We'll get to that after this one.
Okay.
I'm purposely
Yeah,
putting
that
that
one.
off.
I think there's a bear.
That one is too punishing.
Yeah.
I just dislike it. I dislike it on a fundamental level.
Yeah.
Mm.
Mm-mm-mm.
This one, once you get the 100 stars, it's just kind of like wait until you win the level.
Oh, come on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no!
Oh, you blew it, man.
Stupid thing threw me off. There we go. See what the time is. We're doing pretty good. We're about halfway through this episode.
This will probably be the most time consuming because you have to wait so much.
Yeah, well, between this and I'm pretty sure that stupid wing cap one's gonna take up a whole episode.
Oh yeah, well,
I think
we're not going to think about that one.
What's that? What'd you say?
I said we're not going to think about that one.
Oh yeah, we're not. Let's see. But I mean, going way, way, way back in the conversation, Alex, when you were talking about beating Bowser and nobody believed you.
Yeah.
Like I had like a similar thing with like Ocarina of Time with beating Ganon. And like the thing was like I've been playing a whole bunch, and then my friend like I think it was like a Halloween party or something like that. So there was like a bunch of kids there, and then after like we all danced or whatever, like dance like 10-year-olds could dance, like jumping around and whatnot. We played a bunch of Ocarina of Time, in which I played a bunch of Ocarina of Time, and they kind of watched and were impressed, and I felt all important. And we finally got to Ganon, and he kicked my butt for like a solid 30 minutes. And then like we almost beat him, and everyone was excited. And then, if I remember right, the friend I hung out with has like a younger brother, and the younger brother wanted to play something on N64, but we wanted to beat Ganon. But you know how that works. All of a sudden, the mother comes in and says, "No, this kid's got to play his 64 game." So, in my moment of triumph, I had to turn off Ocarina of Time so this kid could play. I ended up beating Ganon later that night, and then again in front of like a crowd of 2 kids. That wasn't nearly impressive. I feel like my moment was ripped away from me.
It takes the wind out of your sails there, doesn't it?
Oh, so much wind out of my sails.
I do remember my friend showing me the Ganon, like the final battle in this Ganon beast form. I saw that for the first time. It was like my mouth was open the whole time, and I was like, if I get this game, there's no way I could beat this. It was so intimidating for me.
Yeah. What's funny is like I eventually, looking back on it, like the Ganon battle I felt was easier than the Ganondorf portion of it, But
for me,
there's something of go ahead.
Okay, I was gonna say for me that fight was a great example of how things look so much bigger to you as a kid than in real life. Like as a kid, I remember Ganon be this huge, shadowy thing, and then I recently replayed Ocarina of Time, and then faced off against Ganon, and he's like maybe only twice as tall as Link, and I'm like, I just felt like all the magic was gone right then.
I don't know. I mean, like, I still get like goosebumps a bit when I replay that fight.
It transforms.
I think what it is out of all like the Ganon fights, that one probably, to me, had the best atmosphere. Like, the music was, like, really fast and, like, really epic. And, I still think he's pretty, like, intimidating. If you back away from Ganon, and then, like, he fully, like, stands up and, like, starts walking towards you.
Yeah.
Like, that's pretty, intimidating.
Yeah.
So,
And you have, like, the fire kind of around you, right? The ring?
Yeah, the ring of fire.
And it was, the music was just very, very stressful. And I like the way they did his eyes, just kind of these like dead kind of white, yellowy eyes.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, I like how they did it before he transformed. Like his eyes, like right before that, like there was nothing there.
Yeah.
I thought that was cool. I was like, oh, things are about to get real.
Yeah. They did such a really good job with that.
There's something to be said with like atmosphere. Like Twilight Princess, the final battle is cool, but I didn't really care. Like the music really, to me, like that's like the driving force behind it, because that's where like a lot of the emotion comes from.
Yeah.
And to me, like the Twilight Princess, like boss theme, like didn't do it for me.
I like how I like the horseback fight the most out of all of that.
Yeah.
Simply because it was a huge
That was
chase.
really cool.
It was dark. Other things were coming at you. He was summoning like ghost warriors or whatever the heck to come at you.
Yeah.
I thought that was really well done.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was really cool. I'll give you that one.
Yeah, and Skyward Sword, I felt a little disappointed with just the setting, because you're just on like that, that infinite plane. It kind of reminded me of fighting Shadow Link in the Water Temple.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I never thought of that.
Isn't it kind of reflective too? It's kind of this,
Yeah.
and it just didn't have like that scary, foreboding, feel to it. And then like Demise, it's like the first time you see him, like the whole game.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, there's this new bad guy. It's not Ganon, it's this Demise character. Okay. It just seemed like anticlimactic, I guess.
Yeah, that whole game disappointed me in more ways than one.
Yeah. I really like the game. I know a lot of people have issues with it, controls and things, but it did some things really well. A lot of the boss battles in Skyward Sword I liked a lot. It broke away from that mold of, hit him 3 times or 5 times. You've got a lot more intricacy into the battles.
All right, I'm gonna stop you right there, because we all need to have a group effort on how to aim this cannon.
Oh yeah, remember we didn't we do this last time?
Yeah, I think Justin, you were the one who got it right. So tell me where to go.
Yeah, you need to go. It was like 2/3 up, I think. So it's like a little more than halfway. Yeah, like right there.
Oh, too high. Oh, right here.
Yeah, there.
Alex, do you agree?
I concur.
All right, let's fire. Perfect.
Nailed it.
Good job.
I think I remember reading something like in the strategy guide of it like told you exactly where to aim in there or something. And I thought it was like 2/3. There was some like something. But.
Gotta get that pixel perfect placement.
Yeah.
Oh man, we're doing good. We're kicking butt.
Yeah.
Seriously. Oh yeah.
Oh shoot, what was I was gonna say? Going back to
Skyward
Legend of Zelda
Sword,
fights. I thought one of the best ones was definitely Wind Waker, if that's not the best one.
Boss wise?
Yeah, but the Ganon wise, just pure on Ganon fighting.
Yeah, that's another example of like the atmosphere and the music and everything like culminating together to make an epic experience.
Yeah,
that
like the water collapsing down. That was really cool.
So it's like they know how to do it. Just sometimes they miss the mark a bit.
Yeah, and
that was a really cool setting.
I like how the fight was with a very mortal, very human Ganondorf now instead of like this giant pig monster.
Yeah.
He was definitely the most relatable. I think Ganon out of all of them.
Oh, you relate to Ganon?
Yeah, all the time.
I'm sorry, but I do not relate to supervillains at all. But yeah, I think he was definitely the most complex Ganon, I guess.
Yeah.
The only real moments. Yeah, I wish he had more screen time now that I really think about it. Because all his everything he said really kind of sticks in my mind.
Mm-hmm.
Like when he's talking about Tetra's dreams, it's just nothing but oceans.
Yeah.
I couldn't understand why, because the oceans don't bring anything.
Yeah.
I remember all of that stuff, but with Ocarina of Time, All I remember is where he says "curse you" like 8 times.
Curse you, Satan's.
Oh yeah,
Curse
and then
you,
like,
Zelda. Curse you, Link.
and then
Maybe that's why you remember it so much, is because he had a lot of interesting things to say, but not a lot of screen time.
Yeah. Everything he said was interesting, and like really kind of put him forth as a character.
I was a little disappointed with Ganon boss battles, specifically like the Ganon pig form, not Ganondorf, but like in Wind Waker, the Ganon puppet and the different forms that he takes there. It wasn't as scary or as epic as like Ocarina of Time, coming from that. I was looking forward to like that. He's gonna get even scarier, as Ganon, but I never felt scared of the puppet Ganon. But the Twilight Princess Ganon I thought was a cool design, and I thought they did a good job evolving his look there. But again, having him on all fours, running around, he was still pretty menacing, but not as menacing as when, Ganon stands up in Ocarina of Time, like Alex was saying.
Yeah.
The music, though, for the pig form in Twilight Princess was terrible.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it was so weird.
Yeah. And it just felt... even like the battle itself just felt... I don't know. I mean,
we better incorporate the book somehow.
Yeah, it's a pretty predictable... simplistic battle mechanic, and you just kind of rinse and repeat. There's not a whole lot of nuances to it, but I don't know.
Yeah,
when we played as many Zelda games as us, we can be a little snobs.
Yeah. I want to see them bring back like Link to the Past Ganon, but in like a 3D, like a fully realized 3D realm.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
Like he's got that. What do you have? Like some kind of like weird trident staff thing?
Yeah, he had that trident that he hurled at you.
Yeah, throw circles around it. You know what? Speaking of Ganon, we just need to return to Ganon.
Yeah.
Like think about it. Like Skyward Sword, Link Between Worlds. No Ganon.
Yeah,
we could use another epic Ganon.
Yeah.
Well, Ganon usually...
Princess was the last Ganon.
Well, I mean, Ganon usually stays out of the handhelds.
Yeah, usually stays out of handhelds.
But yeah, Ganon Ganon needs to come back.
Yeah. I'm hoping... we have no clue where the next Zelda game fits in the timeline, but I'm hoping it's not like... I mean, if it is like right after Skyward Sword, like some people have been mentioning... I'm hoping it's like maybe the birth of Ganon, like Demise's spirit or whatever they call it, Yeah,
his reincarnation or whatever.
Right, like his initial form is Ganon. Because I can see like Ganon's origin being pretty intriguing. Granted, they've talked some about it in some other games, but it would be kind of cool to have that level of character development, like in Wind Waker for Ganondorf. But like at the beginning, he's never tried to take over the world. He's never tried to, get the Triforce and, do all this stuff before. So he's kind of like maybe he's not even a bad guy at the beginning of the game. He's trying to save his, his people and use it as the only way or something, and eventually becomes a bad guy. I don't know, but I just want some more complex characters.
Right.
That's when you start getting into the finer points of the timeline.
Yeah. You mean that?
Because then you'd have to have a thing. Okay, you have Ganondorf, but how does it become Ganon in the first place?
Right.
There's some theories that say, in the Link to the Past, he goes into the realm of light, steals it, and it changes him into the monster because that's the evil side of him.
Right.
It's just it gets real messy.
Yeah, it's messy quick.
Speaking of, I kind of want to see that Hyrule a little bit more. Like, I guess going back to the timeline thing, like the Hyrule of like the first two Zeldas. and Link to the Past. Like, I want to see that one a little bit more. Because that just seems so much more fleshed out than what we see in 3D. Because when I think 3D Zelda, I think, okay, here's Kakariko Village over here, here's Death Mountain over here, here's a field for you to run around with your horse, and go.
Yeah.
Well, I think, like, first of all, I don't mind when the Zelda series has, like, a Wind Waker look or, like, the cartoony styles is more lighthearted. I like those. But when everybody wants a more mature or darker Zelda, like, why not make one that takes place, like, during, like, the Sealing Wars or something? Like, I'd like to see Hyrule during, like, wartime.
Yeah.
Isn't that what
I think that
Hyrule
would be, like,
Warriors
a cool
was?
setting.
Huh?
Isn't that what Hyrule Warriors was?
I guess a little bit, yeah.
Except with the K-pop star? Or J-pop star, I guess?
Yeah.
Essentially.
You guys have Hyrule Warriors, right? I know, Justin, you do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do too.
Did you all ever get, like, Lana's, summoning rings?
No.
I haven't, I don't like using her very much, so.
I haven't used her much.
She's really good with the book. But she gets these, like, summoning rings, right? Like, how, they summon monsters, like, summon miniature versions of, like, the boss monsters, so you can get, like, the Dongos, and, what's that stupid jerk? Manhandla? You can get him.
Oh, yeah.
And then, like, the dragon, you can get him.
Yeah.
And you can summon a giant Kuko.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's like her, Muso attack, her special attack.
Yeah.
Although really the only character you need to play in that is Tingle. I mean, like, hands down.
Yeah.
Character in the game.
Might as well be calling it Tingle Warriors, really.
Exactly.
I barely picked up Hyrule Warriors after the Majora's Mask pack came out.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a good game, but I just got burned out. Like, after the review and all the other stuff I had to do with it. And I was like, I'll come back to this at a later point.
I like Tingle. He does his job. He's essentially there to make you laugh at how ridiculous he is.
That's true. Get it. Got it.
Nice. Oh, man.
Getting so close.
The star's like way up there, so. Oh no, there it is. Man, I destroyed that level.
Woo.
I'm just gonna geek out on new Zelda. It's gonna be pretty amazing seeing.
Hang on, can you geek out on Zelda? Can you geek out on Zelda on the next episode?
Oh yes.
Okay. Well, we're gonna call it an episode. Just gonna write it down right here. So I want to thank you all for joining me for episode 10 of our Mario 64 Let's Play. We just finished up every level except for Tick-Tock Clock and the final Bowser level. So join us for episode 11 next. Bye, folks.
Take it easy.
Yeah.